All good things are wild and free. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you've imagined. It's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see. Success usually comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it. Life isn't about finding yourself, it's about creating yourself. So live the life you imagined. Never look back unless you are planning to go that way. Our life is frittered away by detail. Simplify, simplify. Rather than love, than money, than fame, give me truth. This world is but a canvas for our imagination. Most men lead lives of quiet desperation and go to the grave with the song still in them. You must live in the present, launch yourself on every wave, find your eternity in each moment. Fools stand on their island of opportunities and look toward another land. There is no other land, there is no other life but this. You cannot dream yourself into a character, you must hammer and forge yourself into one. If you have built castles in the air, your work need not be lost. That is where they should be. Now put the foundations under them. How vain it is to sit down to write when you have not stood up to live. The price of anything is the amount of life you exchange for it. What lies behind us and what lies ahead of us are tiny matters compared to what lives within us. I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life, and see if I could not learn what it had to teach, and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived. We are constantly invited to be who we are. Goodness is the only investment that never fails. We are born as innocents. We are polluted by advice. A truly good book teaches me better than to read it. I must soon lay it down and commence living on its hint. What I began by reading, I must finish by acting. Not till we are lost, in other words, not till we have lost the world, do we begin to find ourselves and realize where we are and the infinite extent of our relations. The path of least resistance leads to crooked rivers and crooked men. Think for yourself, or others will think for you, without thinking of you. An early morning walk is a blessing for the whole day. That man is the richest whose pleasures are the cheapest. Not until we are lost do we begin to understand ourselves. If a man does not keep pace with his companions, perhaps it is because he hears a different drummer. Let him step to the music which he hears, however measured or far away. Enthusiasm is a supernatural serenity. In the long run, men hit only what they aim at. Therefore, they had better aim at something high. A lake is a landscape's most beautiful and expressive feature. It is Earth's eye, looking into which the beholder measures the depth of his own nature. It is not enough to be busy. So are the ants. The question is, what are we busy about? There is no remedy for love, but to love more. Thought is the sculptor who can create the person you want to be. The mass of men led lives of quiet desperation. What is called resignation is confirmed desperation. My greatest skill in life has been to want but little. Read the best books first, or you may not have a chance to read them at all. Our truest life is when we are in dreams awake. What's the use of a fine house if you haven't got a tolerable planet to put it on? Write while the heat is in you. The writer who postpones the recording of his thoughts uses an iron which has cooled to burn a hole with. He cannot inflame the minds of his audience. A man is rich in proportion to the number of things which he can afford to let alone. The heart is forever inexperienced. I make myself rich by making my wants few. The cost of a thing is the amount of what I will call life, which is required to be exchanged for it, immediately or in the long run. Dreams are the touchstones of our characters. Do not hire a man who does your work for money, but him who does it for love of it. When we are hurried and wise, we perceive that only great and worthy things have any permanent and absolute existence, that petty fears and petty pleasures are but the shadow of the reality. I know of no more encouraging fact than the unquestionable ability of man to elevate his life by conscious endeavor. The most I can do for my friend is simply to be his friend. What sort of philosophers are we, who know absolutely nothing of the origin and destiny of cats? Simplify, simplify, simplify. Could a greater miracle take place than for us to look through each other's eyes for an instant? I took a walk in the woods and came out taller than the trees. As if you could kill time without injuring eternity. All men want not something to do with, but something to do, or rather something to be. It is never too late to give up our prejudices. When I hear music, I fear no danger. I am invulnerable. I see no foe. I am related to the earliest times and to the latest. The man who goes alone can start today, but he who travels with another must wait till that other is ready. There are 1,000 hacking at the branches of evil to one who is striking at the root. Books are the treasured wealth of the world, and the fit inheritance of generations and nations. The rule is to carry as little as possible. Heaven is under our feet as well as over our heads. How many a man has dated a new era in his life from the reading of a book? As you simplify your life, the laws of the universe will be simpler. Solitude will not be solitude, poverty will not be poverty, nor weakness weakness. Oh, to reach the point of death and realize one has not lived at all. Every morning was a cheerful invitation to make my life of equal simplicity, and I may say innocence, with nature herself. Only that day dawns to which we are awake. I was not designed to be forced. I will breathe after my own fashion. Let us see who is the strongest. I believe that water is the only drink for a wise manual. I have no doubt that it is part of the destiny of the human race, in its gradual improvement, to leave off eating animals. Nothing makes the earth seem so spacious as to have friends at a distance. They make the latitudes and longitudes. In a world of peace and love, music would be the universal language.